Entrepreneurs Podcast.
Welcome to the Real Estate Entrepreneurs Podcast. Today, I don't know if this is second or third time that I have Mr. Tim Mai live from Houston, Texas. I don't know if you're in Houston or not.
I'm
Tim.
in Houston.
But anyhow, man, thank you so much for plugging in today, brother, and taking the invitation at short notice. We're not going to be talking about much on real estate or anything like that today, guys. We're going to be talking about coaching, gurus, events, things of that nature. We're going to be talking about the Heroes, which is an event that I personally love. I love going to the Heroes event. I've been to the one in Key West, and then the other one in Amelia Island in Jacksonville. And now you're going to do one in Houston, Texas, where I live. So it's easier for me to go, even though I wasn't planning on going because I was supposed to go overseas. But I changed the trip. So everybody that's maybe seeing you for the first time, Tim, what is the Heroes?
Yeah. So first, the acronym HERO stands for Heart-Centered Entrepreneurs Enriching Others. So all of us as real estate investors, we go through our journey, our real estate investing journey, where at first we're out there doing the deals, right? And then we get to a certain level of success, and then there's this need to share with other people, this need to teach people to our journey. And that's how the Hero Coaches Summit came about, is that a lot of us are at a place in our lives where making a difference for other people and teaching the next generation how to get started in real estate investing, how to succeed in real estate investing, like that need becomes more important for us. As Ricardo mentioned, we started doing the Hero Coaches Summits. This is now our third year coming up, it's an event that brings all of the real estate investing educators, influencers, coaches, podcast hosts, all of the industry leaders come together in one room, and we talk about how can we take the knowledge, the experience that we have, and make a bigger difference for millions of people, getting started in the real estate investing business. And so that's what the Hero event is about.
Awesome, man. So when did you start in real estate altogether? Like, can you give us a little bit of a background on how you got started and all that?
Yeah. So I got started, it's now coming on 21 years. In June this year, it's going to be 21 years. So I got laid off from my IT job back in 2002. After the .com boom came, and then the .com bust came, and that's how I got laid off from my IT job. And when I got laid off, I was like, okay, what am I going to do next? At that time it was very hard to find an IT job, and so I was like, I want to start my own business. And so I went into the bookstore and started doing some reading. I came across Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I also came across Robert Allen books, this sort of the recurring theme in a lot of these books is that more than 80% of self-made millionaires in America invest in real estate. And so so I was like, okay, well, that's what I want to be, a self-made millionaire. If that's what other self-made millionaires do, then that's what I want to do. And I signed up for, at that time, Robert Allen was launching his book called The 1 Minute Millionaire. And he has this program called the Millionaire Eagles. So I signed up for that program. And so my name is in the back of that book called The 1 Minute Millionaire, if you guys ever check that out. So that's kind of how I got started in this business. And then I did really well. And in 2006, I got a lot of people ask me, to teach them real estate investing. At that time, I was doing a lot of wholesaling, a lot of fix and flips, and that's how I got into the education side of the business. I did my very first seminar here in Houston. I think it was June of 2006, around that time frame. And yeah, and one of the gentlemen here in town that was part of my programs that is now super super successful is Tom Berry.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he was one of my early on mentoring students. Same thing with Doug Smith with myhousedeals.com. He was my very first mentor student, actually. And so yeah, I've had the pleasure and the honor of having have taught a lot of people, and a lot of them became real estate millionaires, and that's been my long journey and my long passion. And yeah, so when I sold my coaching business, I decided that the next step for me to make an impact is to work with other coaches, so that way, like, together we can all expand the difference that we make for a lot more people. And so yeah, so the Hero Coaches event came about, to bring all of the real estate educators and coaches together, to take a look at how can we make a bigger difference, how can we help more people succeed. What's the marketing that's going to work well for us to bring them into our community, into part of our tribe. How can we teach them better? How can we get people into action and produce greater results? Yeah.
That's good. So when did you decide to do the heroes?
So the that was um 2021. It was prior to that, but it really came to fruition in 2021. Yeah, and our very first event that we did was in April 2021 in Key West. That you attended, Nick Perry attended, Donnie Sullivan attended, Carlos Reyes, a lot of the new guys, and also a lot of the old school guys. So Robert Allen attended, Ron LeGrand, Russ Whitney, Dos Dolph DeRoos, which is one of the Rich Dads, series. But yeah, it was the first event that I think brought all of the old school guys and the new school guys together in the room.
Yeah, that's where I met Robert Allen the first time because you had a trip on a catamaran,
Oh yeah,
and that trip, like, they couldn't take X amount of people, so you were asking for volunteers, and I was like, well, I don't necessarily need to go on a catamaran, even though I love going on the boats and stuff like that. I don't know why that day I was like, yeah, I'll give up my seat, no problems, right? So when you asked for volunteers, I think I was one of the first ones to raise his hand. I was like, hey, I'll stay behind, Tim. Don't worry about me. And then there was another guy, I think it was John Jackson. And then Robert Allen said, okay, you know what? I'll just stay behind too, and I'll buy you guys lunch. And so we ended up having lunch with him at the restaurant that was right by the marina. And I had the honor and the pleasure of sitting right next to him. And
that's awesome.
that's where I got to know him. And I think we reconnected a year later, or maybe a few months later at the Family Mastermind. And then after that, we stayed in contact, and then he became my mentor. So he showed me how to, like, write a book, and I'm actually working on all that stuff right now.
That's
So,
awesome.
but that was thanks to your event. That's where I met Robert, and today he's my mentor.
That's awesome. Yeah. Like, yeah, really happy to hear that. And yeah, that's what this event's about. Like, all of us as industry leaders, in the Spider-Man movie, right? It's like, with great power comes great responsibilities. And that's what really this event is about. Like, with a lot of us industry leaders, like, our responsibility is to groom up the next generation, and helping them to succeed. And so yeah, that's why, like, I'm super passionate when it comes to doing this event. and connecting the power players, the industry leaders together, so that way they can make a bigger difference.
I think this event that you have coming up, Tim, in Houston, um, you say it might possibly be the last one. Okay.
Possibly.
Possibly. That's why I put the word possibly, right? I'm not sure that that's what you're going to do or not. But I think if I had to compare it to the last two events, the first event was amazing. The only problem with that event was the location, which was too many distractions because I was at the bar all the time. And then some of the guys were going out partying every night in Key West. And so people wouldn't show up on time. And I know when you do events, man, it's hard when people are not showing up because they stayed up late drunk or having fun or whatever. And I think this time around, Houston, it doesn't have that environment where people are enticed to go and be late and not show up and get distracted by going to the beach or the pool or whatnot, right? So I think you're gonna have a lot more people being on time and being present, and so I'm looking forward to this event. When are you doing this event?
Yeah, so it's April 27th, 28th, and 29th.
So it's 3 days.
Yep.
3 full days. Do you have a location yet?
Yeah, it's gonna be at the Hyatt Regency by the Galleria area of Sage. And the website for those of you who if you're this event's not open to the general public. So if you are an educator of some sort, what does that mean is that you either have a podcast, you do monthly meetups or seminars, or you teach people about real estate investing, then this event's for you. So anything that you do around real estate education, this is who the event is for. And you can check us out at herocoaches.com.
So this is not for somebody that wants to get started in real estate or whatnot, or that just barely got started. So yeah, guys, if you're not involved in the real estate community at a education level at some point, whether you have a podcast or you do events or you do seminars or you do coaching or things of that nature, this is probably not going to be the room for you unless you're looking for a coach or you're looking for guidance, because all the coaches and like the top coaches of the country are going to be together that during those dates. So maybe if that's what you're looking for your next mentor or whatever, then you're going to be in the right spot, because I've seen the lineup. And can you tell us a little bit about who's coming?
Yeah, well, I mean, we like Ricardo said, a lot of the industry leaders that you know of in your circle. I know the Uncle Charles is is pretty popular in your circle, so he's coming with along with the whole Turn Up the Hustle team, right? They're coming. We have some of the Jay Greens. He's coming. I'm trying to. I don't have the list in front of me here, but a lot.
Put you on the spot there,
Brad Sumrock, who's big on the multifamily side. He runs a pretty big education business. He's coming. Bill Allen, who runs seven-figure flipping, several different brand. He's also coming. Zach Childress, he's coming. That's quite a bit.
Ross Hamilton, John Jackson, Eddie Speed.
Oh yeah,
Jason Hartman, Javier Hinojo, Don Fowler, Al Nicoletti.
Yep.
Rafael Zavala, Alicia Jarrett. Is she coming all the way from Australia?
All the way from Australia. Yeah.
Wow. You got my friend Jack Bosch in there.
Yeah. And then
Jack, I actually met Jack at the event in Amelia Island.
Okay.
And we became pretty good friends. So that gives to show that your event is full of power players. And I had the pleasure of meeting him. He was sitting right next to me on the table, and one of the tables at your event at the Hero Coaches in Amelia Island. And now we're friends and we do stuff together. We're working on a bunch of things together. So that was thanks to your event as well. So
that's awesome.
Then you got Tony Javier, who's probably going to talk about TV ads and things of that nature, and how to be effective at doing that.
Right.
Has he opened that up to the coaching section yet?
What do you mean?
Tony, the TV ads.
What about it?
Has he opened up his program to like the coaches and education on TV? Because that was a request from me. I was like, hey man, I know you're teaching people how to like do TV ads for buying real estate on TV.
Right.
But have you looked into the coaches and the coaching industry? You know, like the infomercials
Right.
where we used to see
Yeah.
carton sheets and
Right.
people like that. And he's like, well, a lot of people are asking me about that, but I don't know. Like it's
Yeah.
regulated different, the SEC and this and that. So I was like, okay.
Okay.
But since I see him now coming to your event, maybe I was wondering.
Yeah, no, he's actually coming to teach about how effective TV commercials, TV ads are when you're combining with direct mail to market to homeowners. So him and Alicia, what they're doing is they did a joint effort where, let's say we're going to target here in Houston as an example, right? And we know we're going to send out direct mail here in Houston. Tony would then book TV commercials, for certain channels. So in the direct mail, it will say, "As seen on TV, look for us on channel, on channel 2, channel 13, or whatever channels it is." So it's about the power of combining multiple channel marketing at the same time for greater effect. And so yeah, I'm super excited to hear about that. But yeah, that presentation is more about how do we help our students get more deals, and that's one of the strategies.
Okay, good. Is there anything else that we need to know about the Hero Coaches event, man?
Yeah, like yeah, if like I said, if you're a real estate educator of any kind, you out there teaching people how to invest in real estate, regardless if you have a coaching program or just a course or a podcast, love to have you at this event. Or if you know other real estate educators, let them know about this event. And yeah, let's all come get together. Network, mastermind. That's the other thing about the event, right? Is we're huge on networking. The reason why Ricardo was able to build relationship with a lot of these people and do business with them is because of the way that we structure our events. Our event is not like your typical seminars where you're there, you learn the entire time. We do speaking session, and then we call them mini masterminds, which is where you have this group table discussion. So like speaking session, mini mastermind, speaking session, mini mastermind. And the goal, and we forced our attendees to switch to a new table to sit with a new set of attendees at each of these mini mastermind sessions. And the goal there is that by the end of the event, you would have pretty much met with everybody, all the attendees, and that sat at a table and had a mini mastermind with each other at some point in the event. And so yeah, it's people love that part of our event.
Oh, it works. It works. It worked well for me. That's why I moved my trip around so I could attend it. And he was kind of like, man, he's doing it in Houston this time. I don't have to travel. I don't have to do a lot of things, and I'm not gonna be around. I was having FOMO, fear of missing out, pretty much. And so I ended up moving my trip to later on around May or June. Now I don't even have a date anymore, but so I can make it to this, and I can't wait until I see everybody. That's coming up in 2 months now, almost like 7 weeks.
Yeah,
roughly April. Guys, write down the dates. April 27, 28, 29 is 3 full days. Houston, Texas. This is definitely, you don't want to miss it. Tim does a great job at bringing the top of the line educators in our industry. These guys are coming to serve you and to show what's working in their businesses, what's working, how they're doing their education, how they're promoting it, how the whole 9 yards. And like Tim said, masterminding too, right? Building relationships and building alliances and things of that nature. That's how I benefit from the Hero Coaches in the past. Is that I built alliances with new people, and sure enough, a couple of years later, we're still doing business together. So, Tim, thank you so much, man, for coming in today, for taking the time to to come and tell us a little bit about the hero coaches, where where all of us that are attending are going to have a chance to network and learn from top educators in the country and to build relationships moving forward. Is there something else you want to tell the audience?
Yeah, I mean that's that's pretty much it. Ricardo, thanks for having me on today, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you at the event. Looking forward to all of you guys that are real estate educators, influencers. All come. We'll have a lot of fun.
Go get your ticket, guys. It's herocoaches.com, herocoaches.com, April 27th, 28th, 29th. I'm going to be there. I already got my ticket. I use the promo code HERO. How long is that promo code good for?
So the price increase every at the end of each month, but it'll be good until the 1st of April. So yeah,
so you guys got 30 days to take advantage of the discounted rate. Tim is like me. I love making money on procrastinators. Procrastinators end up paying a lot more money. So if you want a good savings for the hero coaches, you get it today. You get it right now. I got my ticket. Tim didn't hook me up or anything like that. I went and bought my ticket just like everybody else. There's a lot of people, man. They're like, well, I'm friends with Tim. He should let me in for free. I'm like, no, why? I mean, it costs a lot of money to put these events together. Number one, I do my events. I want everybody to buy a ticket as well. So I highly suggest, guys, you guys get however you want to come. I know there's a VIP ticket and there's another option. I forget what it's called, but basically you have two options. Yeah.
And also too, if you're a service provider, if you have a service that you provide to the real estate investing community, whether you're a skip tracer or CRM software, or any of that, service provider, we have sponsorships available. So connect with us on the website as well.
Awesome, guys. Well, you have a great day, Tim. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit share, like, and subscribe. Go check out Tim Mai and the Hero Coaches event. I'm looking forward to see you there. Bye.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. See ya.